Clarified. Here's the latest twist to the national anthem debate. In a clarification today, the Apex Court has said that it is not necessary for moviegoers to stand when the national anthem is played, but only played during the film. The operative word is during. So you don't have to stand up if the anthem is part of the film or story being told, like that scene at the end of Dangal. However, you do have to stand, remember, when the anthem is played out before the feature presentation begins. Ashmit Kumar, who was in court, brings us all the details. Ashmit, over to you.
Well, if the government were to have its way, it's not enough that one stands in attention for the national anthem prior to watching a movie. As per the government's contention, they now want the national anthem to be made mandatory, to be made compulsory, not just in movie theatres, but also in the education space, also in schools. That's the latest position that the Attorney General Mukul Rohatgi has put forth on behalf of the government in the national anthem hearing before the Apex Court. Now, just to remind our viewers, in November of 2016, the Apex Court, in quite an interesting and surprising order, an order that was met with a great deal of skepticism and criticism, the Supreme Court had made it mandatory for the national anthem, for people to stand as a mark of respect, and the national anthem to be played mandatorily before the movies are played in movie theatres. Now, that was, of course, an order that met with a huge amount of criticisms. Unexpectedly, we saw various applications that sought a recall of that order. Now, it is hearing those recall applications that the Attorney General today remarked that he believes, on behalf of the government, of course, that there is a need to inculcate a sense of patriotism, a sense of nationalism. The AG also going on to argue that the country has seen a huge amount of upheavals, and in light of that, it's crucial to restate those values, restate the national values, and in doing so, pitching for the national anthem to be made mandatory across schools. Now, what's crucial here is that expectedly it was met with a huge amount of opposition. The applications, in fact, go on to argue that this is a case of popcorn nationalism. That comment was made by senior advocate Rajiv Dhawan. The pleas also go on to argue that this is a case of moral policing. This is a case which does not necessarily inculcate a sense of nationalism, but further lowers the dignity of the anthem. We understand that the Apex Court has observed that it is open to further debate on the issue, and it has posted the matter for further hearing on April 18th.